What happens when you hear the word belief, you're thinking in the Western sense of the word. I have to believe in God, I have to believe it's like an app. You have to download an app. That's not the word. When I was explaining belief, I'm saying everybody has a different belief and you have to work with different apps. So it's not about downloading an app. It is about figuring out that there are multiple apps with which you have to work with. That is the way we explain in India. That's Anekantvad. So the modern Western colonial model, which is based on the East India Company, says download my app, reject all other apps. While the Indian model is work with multiple apps. So you see a man who has no money in his bank and he's obviously going to be ambitious. He has to earn money. You meet people who are zillionaires and they are still hungry. Now, if the person without money is hungry and the person with millions and millions of dollars is still hungry, how do you plan to remove hunger in the world? Because the hungry man only focuses on his own hunger, right? So you have the rich person saying, I'm hungry. He doesn't use the word hunger. He uses the word ambition, which is just another word for greed. When the poor man says, I'm hungry, now is that ambition, greed, or just survival? So the context changes, but we don't talk of different contexts. There's a time when you have to make money and there's a time when you have to let go of it, walk away from it, which is the Indian model. Even Bhishma has to die. Dronacharya has to die. Karna has to die. Our businessmen we don't talk about expiry dates. We don't talk about retirement. You want to be king till the age of 100. Why? Let the younger generation take over. You are not immortal. The world can survive without you. You are not that important. The world continues without Steve Jobs. We moved on. Elon Musk will go away. We will move on. Nobody is indispensable. So why this relentless hunger till the end of your death? That is the Bakasura syndrome. Like Bakasura, you're hungry and you're amplifying hunger. And Bakasura is an asura. It's not Bhima. Bhima says, I will take food and I will give you protection in exchange. There is a cyclical nature to it, which is what business is all about. Give and take, give and take. We are not left, we are mimicking them. You see what has happened in Afghanistan, for example. When Americans came to Afghanistan, they were not trying to create trade in Afghanistan. They were trying to say how we can make money out of Afghanistan. So they were thinking of America. They were not thinking of Afghanistan. And now see what has happened to the country. So when you only think of yourself, then you're a Bakasura. When you think of your customers, Europe is not interested in the welfare of Middle East. India is not welfare in the benefits of its neighbors. None of our neighbors like us. These are conversations to be had. The Harappan civilization didn't think like that. They said, we have to trade with everyone. And that is how, if you are prosperous, you will not attack my house. If you have not prosperous, you're poor, you have no money, you will attack my house. You will become. So when do you people attack? When they have no resources. So you have to provide resources through trade, not through charity. Through trade. The charity is a dangerous language, which the world is talking about. The left talks charity, the right talks capitalism. These are all very bad ideas, not Indian ideas. Indian ideas are trade, exchange, give and take. Well, I don't know about what I notice is the way we conduct business has changed. And obviously what has changed is people have said that we don't need an office to work. So office has become redundant. You can work anywhere you want because that's what technology has provided, right? I can work anywhere. So I can work anywhere. I can sit at home and work. I can sit in office and work. I can sit in the park and work. You have changed geography completely. And I think that's the conversation we need to have, because how much work really requires physical presence? Maybe logistics, maybe manufacturing. The rest of it really doesn't need physical presence. So if manufacturing needs it, logistics needs it. So delivery systems, you cannot have it remotely, even though people are trying drones and everything. But so you have to decide now. So it's not about process and people. It's a shift both in people's mindset and processes, because the bosses, and especially the older generation, doesn't know how to work without an office. And the younger generation is trying to figure out, some of them live in quarters, they live with 10 people living in a flat, they can't work in the house. So they need offices. But they said, we don't want to travel to some faraway location. We can go to a nearby workstation. So these WeWork concept, shared working spaces concept, these are ideas that nobody thought of before. So these are new ideas, and I think the world is changing. See, there is no one present day HR, so I can't give you one character. Remember, Indian philosophy is about Anekantvad, and there are multiple characters. So when somebody says, give me a role model, I said, in which context? Right? In some situations, you have to be Ram, some situations, you have to be Sita. In some situations, you have to be Ravan and be shot dead. So you have different roles to play. And so I never give these role model. Again, this role model concept comes from monopolistic thinking, monotheistic thinking, where only one truth and one app matters. But we know in the market, one app never works. One phone doesn't work. Apple tried to dominate the market, and we have the Android systems.